Welcome in, y'all. How's everybody doing today? It's Thursday. It's pre-Friday. And how the hell is everybody doing today? Oh, everybody's having a fantastic day. Welcome in. I give you guys a round of applause. We got PTU. And we got some changes. Let me see if we get the patch notes right here. Let's take a look. See, before we hop into the game, take a look at the patch notes. All right. That's not what I wanted. Go away. All right. Danger UXO. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So we got the new flight HUD. Okay. So we'll be taking a look at that. This new HUD can be enabled in the ship configuration or enabled through game options. Okay. This new advanced HUD allows players to see much more dynamic info than the previous HUD includes. New acceleration, displays, orientation, VSI, altimeter, which is the altitude above the terrain, above the sea level, atmospheric pressure, and more. This advanced HUD will continue to function while in the current QT mode. This also includes a new interim icons for ship states like landing gear, decoupled, ESP, and more. These current icons are attached below for quick information. So that's a big kind of change. Another thing that they're trying to work on right now, I don't know if it's currently in this patch. They're basically saying that, I saw it from Wikipedia earlier, that coming in 4.0, they don't want you to be able to basically claim your ship and get a new set of missiles, right? Because of what a lot of people were doing, during the IAE, Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, a lot of people were using their Polaris, and then, they would run up to the Idris, they would ram it, dump fire torpedoes into it, and the ship would be fucked up, and then they would just go claim a new Polaris and then get a whole new set of missiles. So they're taking that ability away with claims. So that's going to be interesting how that works. We need to go run to the ship. Uh, 4.0 is not ready to release. I was playing earlier because I was trying to get some footage of me fighting with the Connie. I was trying to get some footage of the Connie doing PvP and Pyro, and it was just terrible. I'm pretty sure they're including bombs in that as well. What's going on, Kenna? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But I do want to check out this new dynamic HUD. Oh my goodness. I actually was going to stream earlier, but the game was just like, the performance was like so bad. It was like, damn, do I need a new GPU now all of a sudden? With these clouds and shit. Or just turn the fucking clouds off. Alright. Let me use this lame ass. I don't know if they've updated the the rentals, but I haven't reset my PTU account, so I'm not really too worried about that at the moment. All right, we're not missing anything else. Just join us down in here in the clouds and the slums of my 5000 at X3D. Keep you warm, it runs so hot. Yeah, my 3070, you know, Ti is like, you know, screaming for death right now. Grab some ammo. Could've got naked in his room, bro. I guess public nudity is not a problem in the future. You can just walk around naked everywhere. Look at this girl, just naked. By 0, 10, 20, 40. 40 should be enough. Ow. Oh yeah, I forgot any cruise lux.
Did you hear about the latest vandal raid? I try not to let it get to me, but sometimes I just can't help but think.
I'm about 4 because sometimes they like to disappear on you, and you know, we got to be able to dupe, right?
Pretty wild.
I think one of the ships I'm gonna try to buy in game, in 4.0 is a Connie. You know, once I get a Connie, then I'll go into Pyro. But I was playing earlier, and I wish like the lag wasn't so bad. Jeez, like we're in the tram. Okay, that works. This patch just came out; it's already shit. But I was basically, you know, owning a F8 in atmosphere. If you guys haven't already, go check out the video with me and Grumpy Eye and Scarred. It's actually a pretty funny video that Grumpy Eye made. We actually had like a long conversation with a new player, and it sums up, you know, CIG pretty perfectly. Or in the game experience pretty good too. Yeah. Yep, let me go here. here first. I need to rent.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
All right, I got the Connie. Connie's gonna be such a good choice for Pyro. I've only lost one fight in Pyro in the Connie, and the one that I lost was just due to missiles. I didn't have enough flares to fight off missiles, and you know, I tell people like, hey, we either need more flares or we need, you know, PDTs that work. And people are telling me like, oh, we don't need more flares. I'm just like, bro, you must not do any fucking PvP, because like that's like the way that you actually die. Like, and I was actually winning that fight. All right, so let's check this out. So we got an altimeter there, which is great. Got HUD. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. Boom, right there in your HUD. This is actually nice. I actually like this. This new HUD is pretty good. We got a bar right here for our speed. We got our altimeter. We got our hydrogen fuel, quantum fuel. Everything that we had before in the HUD is mostly, for the most part, back. We got a new thing for atmospheric pressure. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. Is that maybe like for movement? I don't know. And then, yeah, I like it. All right, let's get our ship set up to jump into Pyro. We do need to keep one of our screens for the power management, because do a quick weapons check. All right. You know, I'll change these back over once I get into where I'm gonna be doing combat at, because it seems like whenever you jump into Pyro, if you have all this stuff set, like once you get onto that new server, like it resets all of this stuff over here on this side of your thing. So I'm not even gonna too much worry about that right now. And I'm finding this thing to be a little bit inconsistent too. Keegan, what's going on, man? How you doing? Missile mode. I guess rented ships are not coming with missiles again. That little bug is back. It's okay. Still set our screens. Alright, now we gotta do nav mode. Alright, let's check this new this new HUD out. To actually give us a useful HUD, yeah, I know. Oh. She's a little bit wider than I thought.
Thank you, and please visit again.
If I can get my landing gear icon here, then you know you can completely keep that dashboard turned off, I think. Because it is kind of redundant, right? Alright. Connie's such a good choice for Pyro. And it really depends like on how you want to do your gameplay too. Like if you just want to do like more like on the piracy side, you know, you can just put an Ursa roller in the back and have that as your mobile spawn point. If I could say one thing though, if this part of the dash could just turn off, like this part, and I could just keep this part, I wouldn't even like need this, because everything's just right here where it should be, right in front of your face. And it's just like, if they would have done this initially from the beginning, like we wouldn't have any of these problems, you know, with, you know, well, I mean, the rest of the problems with the MFDs wouldn't have gone away, but this design is much better than what we got initially with these MFDs, you know. Yeah, the kind's pretty good. I think it's a solid. before I jump into Pyro. And again, remember guys, what you're seeing here is a fresh patch. So this is not really indicative of, you know, of how, you know, the game's going to be, or the patch is going to be. Because yesterday's patch degraded very, 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 very quickly, if I'm being honest. Got a fireworks show out here. That's going to be great for server performance. Into the booty hole. It's got new sound effects inside of here. Pyro side now. Oh, it didn't hit you on the transition. Okay. Okay, I fell out. Okay. That jump was like a lot shorter. See what I mean? How about how my my power management got reset once I joined the new server? Come on, you fucking piece of shit, Matt. God damn this fucking map, bro. If only the map couldn't be so fucking laggy. You gotta be careful how fast you zoom out. It's pretty cool. Let's see if we can go find some players to shoot down, test our new HUDs out. The other thing I was thinking about too was like yesterday as I was like fighting in the clouds and stuff, you know, it can be a little bit disorientating because okay, my ship just stopped quantum traveling for no reason. Okay, that's weird. Maybe it was coming off the server, something like that. I don't know. But yesterday when I was flying through the clouds, like fighting in the clouds was kind of disorientating. And I was like, man, it would be nice if we had some type of visual, like, you know, IFR, you know, to see, like, you know, the ground and the sky, and we can use our instruments to help us out. What do you guys got planned for the weekend? Me, I'm going to be watching the fights on Saturday. Should be a very decent fight card, so I'm looking forward to that. Making some more content. I got more ideas of content to make, and I'm going to do my best to get all that content, you know, pushed out for you guys. Now that IAE is kind of over with, still waiting for the Paladin Q&A to drop. That should be out in a couple of days, maybe next week. Who knows? It could drop tomorrow, you know, but I think it might be out next week. And what I'm going to do with that video is I'm going to compare the actual Q&A questions and see if I can find those questions in, you know, in the actual thread of people asking questions. And we can like compare and contrast, you know, those notes and things like that. Because I truly think that they are not going to use any questions from that Q&A, from that list. If they do, they're going to find the ones that are, you know, at the bottom are the ones that are not being upvoted the most, so. let's see if we can find some people to shoot. Prefer something in the daytime. Timbo 2, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? It's good to see you. Let me make sure these clouds are on photo mode. I guess they're on high. Alright, cool. If we don't find anybody here, we might have to go to Bloom. A lot of people hang out on Bloom. We might have somebody. Bullshit. All my stuff has been reset yet again. Cannons, I gotta be careful. Bro, how did I go into nav mode? My shit just switching the nav mode all of a sudden? My shit reset again. Pressure. He could be in the fight if he knew what to do. you go. Got him though. Hey, baby girl. Oh, he got a dev? Well, he's definitely got to die. Come here, you. He's already dead, huh? No, he was still alive. Could have been a little bit of desync. This is definitely going to get the Connie nerfed. Oh my god. They're going to be like, you know what? The Connie's too powerful. We need to nerf it. I should go repair though. I am red in a couple of places. Let me see. I guess we could have head over to obituary. Hopefully it won't crash the desktop when we get there. You guys just should leave me a like on the stream for killing devs. Fuck the devs. Whoopsie. I can't jump. There we go. Input delay. Should we start a pool for the ban period? Right? They can't ban me because it's not Evocati, so. Let me see if I like it more with the rest of the stuff off. It does look cleaner like this, right? With all the other stuff turned off. My stuff's acting weird. Noversec, welcome. I just killed a dev in Pyro a few minutes ago. See me after 1.0 release. It's wave 1, so PvP's allowed. So, and he shot back at me. So, bro, are you serious? Same old quantum map. Remoyne. Man, I haven't seen you here in a while. is it? Uh-oh, am I crashing the desktop? Looks like I am. The game's frozen completely. All good, man. All good. Oh no, there's something that, I don't know. Every time I go over towards Obituary or anything like that, like my game always crashes. I don't know why that is. It's really annoying though. Ramon, I know you can't be everywhere all at the same time. Yeah, this is the prime XC experience. You're exactly right about that. If I get back in and I crash the desktop again, I'm basically gonna be stuck, and I'll probably have to wait until the crash timer like runs out, which would suck. Had one day in the previous build, I was actually loading stuff in my small hangar on the Obituary station. Yeah, Obituary seems to be the place where most of the crashes are happening for me. Thank goodness I'm okay. At least not a perpetual state of crashing anymore. That was super annoying. Oh, he's in front of my hangar. Let's see if I can squeeze by him. Instant hangars, guys, so great. Beep beep. Oh, there it is. So what you have to do is you have to just full send it. You can't be scared. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Can I get fuel? Up. Down. Turn it all around. Oh, at least I can repair. That's the most important part out of all of this. Just love constantly resetting my MFDs. That's my favorite thing to do in this game right now is setting MFDs. It's probably like the peakiest of the peak. Yeah, we got this new HUD right here. This new advanced HUD, which should have come out with the MFDs initially. All of the information that used to be on our HUDs is now back in some type of form, which is good, but they should have figured that out in the beginning. Just like debris and all kinds of shit. I can't wait to what they say about people running into debris out here in front of these stations. That's pretty nice. So like, once you input your strafe, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm on sticks right now, but on the left, it's showing me that I'm inputting my right strafe, and to show me that I'm inputting my left strafe, up strafe. Like it's showing you a lot of information, which is good. I think with all this information, there's no reason why they can't bring back tricording. Should also figure out giving you a view of the hangar as you enter it. I don't like taking things on trust. You never done a trust fall? Trust falls are the best. CIG's whole model is trust me, bro. Is anybody out here on Shadowfall that we can fight? It's not even a fair fight, but life's not fair. No! Crash the desktop again! Fuck! I'm headed straight towards the freaking ground. Oh my god, I'm for sure gonna be dead. The Rook. We just crashed the desktop, so you know, there's that. This is my second crash to desktop, and this build's been out for like maybe an hour. Oh my god. Hey guys, we only got 7 likes in here, man. Can we get these likes up, please? Appreciate that. If you guys like watching me suffer, you know, smash the like button. It's not gonna hurt you. I like the new HUD too. It's actually very good. What places on Bloom can you trade cargo? I'm not sure. I've been spending most of my time killing players. So I don't even know what places that you can do cargo at on Bloom. My exploration and cargo gameplay is taking other people's stuff. That's what I want to do. Yep, I am definitely dead.
Welcome to MediUnit. How may I help you?
Anything new in your... How's your day? You know, just been out there living that life. It all right.
Oh, that was so terrible. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna sperm suit it. Give me this little thing so I can take some cruise lux. And maybe I could find my crash ship in my body. I appreciate you, Ramon. Oh, yeah, I need cruise. Just in case I don't find my body. Well, it's been an hour now, right? So I've gone through my mandatory hour of hell in Star Citizen, and now maybe I could actually play the game. Yeah, that'll happen a lot on Pyro. And in my last video that I uploaded, I was telling people like, hey, you know, some of these bigger cargo ships need their own PDTs, you know, so they can help defend your ship when it's landed. But I think people kind of miss the point. But it's okay. They can miss the point. They'll get it once their ships get blown up. When somebody flies in with a freaking size 9 torpedo and just blows up their ship, they'll get it. They'll understand it. Now, I think CIG's taking measures against that, You know, they're going to make missiles and things like that very, very expensive to use. You know, but it's still not going to solve the issue of me using my weapons, you know. Maybe. And well, the Hammerhead top turret opened up on the Intrepid and got annihilated out of there real fast. And hightailed out of there real fast, yeah. I've already killed Intrepids in the atmosphere in Pyro with the Andromeda. People gotta understand, just because you're running away from me, I mean, I can still shoot you like 3 kilometers, so. And the Intrepid's not small by any means. Oh god. Needless to say, I just kept watching on with my shopping and watched the short fight develop. Yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of that in Pyro. I think people that need to adjust their minds to, you know, how Pyro is going to actually operate. Pyro is literally going to be a place where you should expect fights at all times. If you're going to Pyro and not expecting a fight, you're thinking you're just going to go there and explore and things like that, you're mistaken. So all of these people who are flying like solo Carracks and things like that into Pyro, they're actually doing themselves a disservice by flying a ship like that. If you're flying a ship that doesn't have any pilot-controlled weapons, you are just going to be food. People know that. And because people know that, if they see you flying a Carrack, they're just going to shoot you because they know more than likely you're by yourself.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your insurance claim has been sent. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Yeah, your STAR-Lancer doesn't have any Gs. It's very, very slow, and I said this in my video about the STAR-Lancer, about how slow it was, and people are like, it's a cargo ship. I'm like, I understand that, but if we're gonna talk about you know, your ship being effective, being able to defend yourself, and if you don't even have the option to run from a fight, then you're in a bad spot, right? And what we have to understand is that a lot of these, you know, these planets and moons in Pyro, or at least the planets, have a much thicker and denser atmosphere than Microtech. So if you're trying to run away from somebody with only 4.6 Gs of acceleration, or 4.4, or whatever it is, you know, you're not going to get away from something that has 7, like a Connie. You're not going to be able to outrun it. So your only option is to fight back, but you trying to fight back is not going to be good for you either, because the Connie has so much more power. Yeah, Carracks are just free kills in Pyro. I've killed a bunch already, and we're only in wave 1. You know what I mean? And if you think turning on your blast shield is going to somehow save you, or, you know, make it better, I'm telling you now that it's not. There'll be literally nothing you can do. Interesting, when I got back into the game, I was loaded right at the point where I crashed. Frankly, I was surprised. You were surprised by that? Well, the thing about me was I was flying towards the ground, towards a player. So for me, you know, that was never gonna work out. Even though I do think if you crash the desktop, the game should just like put you in coupled mode and instantly like stop your ship, so that you don't crash and like lose all your stuff. Because the idea of like losing all your stuff to a desktop crash is kind of crazy, and having to pay money to reclaim your ship and do things like that. Like if you are going into Pyro and having to do all of this again, it would steer some players the wrong way. And if it were me just playing by myself, off stream, then I'll probably, I'll just come back a different time, right? But it's a little bit easier when I'm streaming to deal with stuff like this, because I do get to, sit here and have conversations with you guys, and we can talk and, bullshit around and things like that. But when you're playing by yourself or you're just playing with friends and you have things like that happen and you die due to a crash of desktop, it's just kind of like, do PDCs now fire at ships without the need to leave the pilot seat like an idiot? I do think they will attack you as long as your weapons are on. As long as you're in SCM mode and you attack the ship, I do think the PDTs will fire at you. Yeah, I mean, there needs to be some type of protection. Like, I can almost kind of understand. Well, no, like, if I crash the desktop, the game should detect that. And just, if I hit the ground and explode, it should just send me with all of my stuff back to my starting location.
Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance claim.
It really isn't, Canop. I mean, for what you're getting out of the game, like, it's really isn't. Like, the setup time versus what you get, and they're gonna make that a lot worse. So like, their new proposal, right, with claiming, right, is that if your ship explodes or your ship blows up, right, and you had missiles, that your new ship wouldn't have missiles, right? So what just happened to me, if their new system was in, let's just say I had all my missiles on my ship, I crash the desktop, my ship blows up, then I have to go back and claim my ship again for it to not have missiles because of a game error. We shouldn't be punished for that. You know what I mean? It should stop us on a dime exactly where we are. And that's it's easier to happen in space, right? Because there's nothing pulling you towards the ground. But me having to restock my missiles or my bombs because if I crash the desktop, it's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And that's just the truth of the matter. Yeah, I do believe the reason why they're changing it is because of Polaris. Like, people were just going up to the Idris event, and they would just ram it, dumbfire torpedoes, get their ship damaged, and go back, claim another Polaris, and do it all over again. Because most people don't have enough money in the game to keep, reloading torps or restocking torps. You know what I'm saying? The mission payouts are not paying you enough for you to play the game. And instead of doing it like they're doing it, what they should do is adjust their economy so that players can actually feel like they're getting some type of value out of doing missions, so that they can afford to do things like restock their torpedoes and stuff like that. They said this stuff is in the menus now too. So let me see in the menus. Advanced HUD on. Okay, we can do that. I wish we could just turn off MFD cast. If I could just not have that on, 27 million to restock a Polaris after a crash, yeah, that's insane. You know what I mean? That's crazy to me. Like, I don't want to deal with that. HUD course prediction on. What is course prediction? I'm not even gonna worry about my para management stuff until I get into Pyro, because all of it's just broken anyway. It's gonna reset as soon as I go through the as soon as I jump into the new server. I don't have missiles on this ship because it's a rental anyway. And they will use resources to build the ship, so if you and other 20 people do the same thing, get ready to not play for a week. Yeah. Yeah, I can see like what they're trying to do to make the game have some consequences. But at the same time, they need to make it to where like actually doing like a mission is worth it. Because I think most people would probably say that doing a mission or grinding missions, just like it's not worth the juice ain't worth the squeeze on that one. So yeah, well the problem with the Polaris is there's too many of them, right? Like everybody has a Polaris. Like I know people in different orgs, and some people have Polarises and people have multiple Polarises, you know what I mean? And the Polaris would be worth multi-crewing if the weapons didn't suck, but the size 6 cannon, I mean, it's okay. But it's not like, oh my god, I need to be aware of this thing. The cannon was actually more effective when you could actually swap it out for different ones like the attritions. Then it was like, oh shit, we need to look out for this cannon because it's actually quite powerful. And it could actually probably do a lot of damage to us if we're not careful. But now, like the way that it is, it's just like, you know, who really cares? What, getting a double dog and a fizz at the end of the day is not worth it? People that can mine and refine will make the most money when base building comes into the game. This is true. All the miners and refiners will be like some of the richest people in the game for sure. Polaris weapons are so bad that she's better as a solo mobile base. Yeah. Well, it's just like the types of ships that the Polaris is meant to fight against, it can't because its torpedoes get shot off by PDTs. So at that point, it's just like, okay, well, the Polaris isn't strong enough with all of its weapons. If we're just talking about weapons alone, right? It's not enough for that Polaris to actually fight that Idris. Like with two quad size 4 cannons, it's not enough. Now, if the Polaris had quad size 5 cannons, you know, that would be different. That would actually make it worth it to use like in a PvP engagement, because now those turrets have the ability to do a lot of damage, especially if you put, you know, quad size 4 cannons on it, quad size 5 cannons rather. So that would actually make it worth it, right? Then you can use that with your size 6 ballistic and you could actually get a lot of shit done. But the fact remains that it's just not effective as it currently stands. It's not effective against fighters, you know, they're kind of hard to hit. And it's not effective against bigger ships. Yeah, if one person captures the Idris and they don't kill the NPCs and the turrets, that person is basically in solo Idris, and it will clap the cheeks of your Polaris unless they do the ramming cheese. When players are flying around with Firebirds in the grips of Mantis and Blues and other fighters flying around, attacking every ship they can, is the Connie the ship you want to be in? Hey, listen, I fought off fighters in the Connie. I fought off F7s. I fought off all kinds of fighters, right? But the problem is just that I don't have enough flares. If I had, you know, hundreds of flares to use, you know, if I had hundreds of flares, then I wouldn't mind. Especially with the way that these size 5 repeaters hit now. It does not bother me at all to fight fighters. Why am I getting pushed backwards? There we go. And also, one thing I remember about the Connie is, you know, you could put a bunch of rattlers on here and really ruin someone's day. Or you could put a bunch of size 1 missiles on here and ruin someone's day. So, Connie's still a very good choice. Got squirrel in the building.
Squirrel!
Jumping's getting laggy now. Coming out the butthole. So stop me because I came off that server, it looks like. Draw fire from the PDC, then torp both like the Polaris. But even still, the problem is with the torpedoes from the Polaris is that they're too slow, right? So you would need like a bunch of ships there to overwhelm the PDCs on the Idris, right? So you would need pretty much everybody else in some type of missile boat, like a Shrike, like a Firebird, like a Gladiator, you know, Retaliator, Eclipse, and you just need them constantly just unloading missiles to shoot at it. Otherwise, those size 10 torpedoes are never gonna hit the target. Yeah. Especially if it's player controlled. If it's player controlled, if I'm controlling an Idris and I know there is a Polaris out there, I'm literally going to ignore everything else and go after the Polaris. Because nothing else has the ability to hurt me like the Polaris can. So if anybody else is shooting like size 3 missiles, if anybody else is shooting, size 9 torpedoes, I'm not even worried about that stuff. I'm literally just going to be like, guys, find the Polaris and kill it. I'm going to get my railgun shots off, and I'm going to kill that Polaris pretty quickly. I don't need a fleet to kill a Polaris. The hover bike can kill it. Right? That's true. Take a hover bike and ram the nose. If you get your railgun shot just correctly, the splash damage from the railgun can kill the pilot in the Polaris. But even that, what would be a bad idea, that 1.3 million each torp and 1 million for the Eclipse torps. It's just crazy to do that. It will cost hundreds of millions to kill an Idris with torp saturation. Yep. And then they're going to have another event, and they're going to wonder why people are not using their Polarises to do the missions. You know what I mean? It's going to be much more effective for everybody to get on hover bikes, right? Shoot open the doors of the Idris, board it, and kill the pilot. And that's what you're going to see players start doing once we start having these dynamic events in 4.0. That's all you got to do. Get a hover bike, the hover quad. Make sure it has the ballistic little size 1 cannons on it. Go to the back door of the Idris, shoot it open, board it, kill everybody inside, kill the pilot, mission over. No one's gonna spend, over $28 million or credits in the game reloading their torps in a Polaris. Like, they're not gonna do that. Can't wait for the hover bike nerf when CIG gets their famous data. Yeah, because like that's exactly what you're gonna see. Players, what CIG doesn't understand, players are going to do the most efficient thing, right? Because players don't want to waste their time doing things that simply just don't work, right? What doesn't work is me using my torpedoes at a distance. That doesn't work. So what works is me ramming that Idris and dumbing firing the torps off the nose. That's what works. And the other thing too is like, unless somebody's like in your actual org, like I wouldn't be, trusting like just random people like on my ship. You know what I mean? It's taken me like almost half an hour to get back here. It's crazy. Oh, I got a marker for my body, it looks like. See, my body's actually out there. It's a little bit risque, right? That cooldown, though. A logistics and communication problem across the fleet, especially in the heat of battle. No one that I'm aware of is thinking about that at all. I don't let anyone inside my ship unless it's an org mate or a friend. I shoot on spot otherwise. Yeah, I can understand that. My other ship is out here. Alright, we're gonna have to fight our way through this one. Come on, turn off. Oh my god, I'm crashing desktop again. Bro. It's gotta be the clouds. I'm turning the clouds off. People are gonna be super mad when the base builder comes in, and the A2 will be, and the A2 will have never been happier. I know. Oh my goodness. Options, graphics, off. Just turn the clouds all the way off. I'm pretty sure this was causing me to crash. In real life, I don't really dig gray clouds, so happy to turn them off in SC. Enjoy 365 days of blue skies. Yeah. But I think I'm back at Area 18. I'm pretty sure. Again. Oh, I'm still alive. Nice. I was performing so much better. I'm actually lucky to be alive. Just a random turret out here by itself. My body's actually down here or not. I doubt it. Shit might be in the ground. The A2 trolling will be spectacular. Oh, my body's actually here. Look at that, guys. Can I loot it? No attachments will fit. What? Come on, game. I think we're about to server error. Yep. Alright, here we go, guys. Got a new song for you guys. I don't know if everybody here has heard it yet.
Server error, 30K crash, feeling jaded. Star citizen dreams shattered, faded. Thought we'd explore the vastness of space. Now all we got is a bitter taste. Money spent on pixels, ships and flair, but all we got is disappointment and despair. Love turned to heartache, hope turned to sorrow. Star citizens promises gone by tomorrow. I wanted to fly among the stars with you, but these bugs and glitches just cut me into every patch was a chance to redeem. But now it feels like a never-ending dream. I hope you know what this means. Chris Roberts, you had a chance to come clean, but you still choose to sell broken dreams. Money spent on pixels, ships and flair, but all we got is disappointment and despair. Love turned to heartache, hope turned to sorrow. Star citizens promises gone by tomorrow. I wanted to fly among the stars with you. These bugs and glitches. Now you got me feeling so right.
I believe so. I believe this is the new one. It's a long server error. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my water while this does this, and hopefully I can come back in time before my server error ends and I don't die again. Back. We're back. How about we have no server errors? That would be my my thing. That's what they should be striving for. I mean, if they're not, then I don't know what they're doing. $800 mil should have bought perfection. You think so? You think that, right? And Ramon, I want to just what you said earlier about coming back from my body. Like, I'm trying to play the game similar to how I would play if it was live. So I would for sure, especially like with the wipe coming, like I'm for sure coming back from my gear. Because everything's going to be so expensive and it's going to be so hard to make money. So losing your gear is actually quite detrimental. So I don't want to, I want to get in the habit of, you know, trying to find my gear if at all possible. Not really, because we don't yet know how the what they're going to be doing with components. As of right now, in this current build of the PTU, there are no military grade A components available, right? So I mean, you can upgrade your ships, like if you want, but at the end of the day, it's just like it's going to go away anyway. So for me, like right now, like I don't see a really a point to playing live anymore, just because of that fact, right? I had a marker this time, but you're always not gonna get a marker. So, and I knew like where I went down at, and I knew that I was pretty close to where it was. And as long as I had like some type of marker for the ship itself, like of the wreck, then I knew that I would pretty much be able to find it, you know? Had somebody on radar. Where'd they go? All this stuff's on the dark side. Yeah, the save stand mission's not working for me because the elevators at Outpost are not working, so you can't even do the cargo portion of the mission right now. So that's for me. I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste my time. It failing once was good enough for me to not want to do it anymore. Unless somebody has the cargo and like they give me the cargo to do the mission, like I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna bother. Cause I already wasted like 70K buying some of that cargo, and the funny part about it is, like, buying, you actually lose money by doing the mission because, oh, you gotta cut this down here. You actually lose money because you buy the cargo and it doesn't pay you enough to compensate you for that. And you have to do it 6 times to lose money. It's just like, it doesn't make any sense. All this reset again. No, it didn't. Either I killed him or he desynced. You know, the red boxes you find at the mining outposts and other places, you know, you can find company gear like the Great Cat armor and Kovalite's armor. Oh, that's nice. So they have some different loot tables out here in Pyro. Like, the way that I would do ground stuff in Pyro is kind of how I used to do bunker busting. So what I would do is, first you would need a crew, and then your crew would go do the ground stuff, and your ship would stay manned. That way, if somebody like me comes around and starts shooting at you, you know, you can either fight back or you could just fly around in the air and then pick your guys up, you know, whenever they're ready to be picked up. I really haven't checked out Terminus all that much. Let's head over there. Nope, wait a minute. Got a clipper. Still see you. Maybe. You might get away. I'm gonna let you live, though. I tend to not attack people that I'm cool with. Like, I don't do this stuff in live. I only do this stuff in PTU because PTU doesn't matter. I mean, I probably would still do it in live to some extent, but not like... Because in live, like, I'm trying to make money. Like, none of this stuff, like, actually makes me money unless, you know, I was actually doing piracy. So, I really wouldn't do too much of this in the live servers. Like, I'm probably not even going to be in Pyro in the beginning until, like, I have, like, enough money in the game to actually go into Pyro and like risk losing my stuff and being able to buy it all back. It is a ganker's paradise. I mean, I'm sure eventually I get ganked too, and I've already been ganked in Pyro, so it just comes with the territory. I think it's fun. I really think it's fun. It adds a little bit of excitement to the game. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Get the likes up, guys. That way we can get into somebody's algorithm. Yeah, I don't pad ram. I don't do shit like that. Well, I don't pad ram players. Like I'll pad ram an NPC shit. Well, I'll ram an NPC shit, but I won't ram a player. Most players don't know how to fly, so there's really like no need to really do anything like that. Especially at a station, you have free pickings come flying with no shields. You're just begging me, yeah. Can you imagine when this goes live, things will only get worse? I feel a little bad for CIG. This will keep a lot of folks out of Pyro. I don't think so, because there's going to be, you know, Orin things, I think, on Pyro 1 that are going to be very valuable. So I think there will be a lot of good reason to go to Pyro. The thing is, though, is it's like, you know, if you're going to go to Pyro, just be ready for combat at all times. And if you're not training, like for me, flying this Connie in Pyro right now, this for me is training, because I'm training myself to fly this ship in a live environment against other players. You know what I mean? Because this is probably one of the ships that I'm going to be using in Pyro. I'm going to work my way up to get a Connie in the game, and then I'm going to primarily use this ship in Pyro because of its quantum fuel tank, because of its 4x5 guns, and because of its cargo capacity. It's going to be one of the best ships. Yeah, I'm getting way less stutters now with clouds off. This was making my game crash, I'm 1000% sure. I'm going to Pyro to shoot everything that moves with combat vessels that I paid to use. Exactly. I think you have to go to Pyro with the expectation to be prepared to fight. And I think that Pyro taking so long to come out, in my opinion, has made the SE community kind of soft. Because of things like comma rays, because of some of the other mechanics that exist in the game, it's made the players, you know, want to avoid combat or use the other mechanics in the game to make players criminals. But when you take all that away and you force players to have to actually fight, you know, it makes the dynamic of the game a little bit more different. And that's what, and to be honest, Synthegeek, that's the kind of gameplay that CIG actually wants. They want you to go in and have escorts and do all those different things. Let's go check commodities here. Yeah, I feel like the Connie Andromeda is going to be the best ship for Pyro. The best all-arounder. I'm not going to say the best ship because that's subjective, right? Is there a cargo elevator here? So that's the landing place. That's supposed to be like a scrap salvage type place. Let's go check it out. Oh, look, they even give us like atmospheric pressure ratings. That's good. That's good info to have. Scarred, what up, what up, what up? Oh, it's hot out here. Negative or cold. Negative. No, it's 129. Oh God, to the planet. To the menu. Pyro's only twice the size of a heavy fighter is missing the fuel to run patrol in the system. Something is wrong. Well, I mean, here's my thing, guys, and this is going to be like kind of like my hot take, right? So if they wanted to, right, they should have prioritized. Like if you know that you're going to be putting Pyro out, and these smaller ships are not going to be able to move through Pyro, what they should have prioritized is putting out more fleet carriers like the Kraken Privateer, or even making another, you know, capital ship that can carry smaller ships. I've been saying for a long time that Anvil should have a capital ship. Like they can make the Anvil because they have like they have names like the Valkyrie, the Paladin, and things like that. They can make the Anvil Archangel. And that could be your, you know, your ship that, you know, your big fleet carrier. And they could easily do something like that. But, you know, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes they don't, you know, they don't really think things through. Because realistically, most of the time, you're not going to be able to refuel at some of these places because of how the servers actually work, right? But if I had a big aircraft carrier that I could put all of my ships on, you know what I mean? You know, that could be, you know, a good thing, you know, for the game. And I could use that to refuel. And I can just, you know, basically live off my carrier. And another thing they could do is, if I have a capital ship, right, like an Idris, like a Kraken, something like that, a ship that's designed for aircraft retrieval, if I have a quantum marker for me, for my capital ship, you know what I mean? That to me is better, because then I can essentially take my capital ship, park it in deep space, and not really have to worry about some of the other things that come along with trying to launch and recover a capital ship. You know, I can just park it next to, you know, off a ways from the planet, leave it out there, fly my fighter down and do the missions. When I'm done, I quantum back to my capital ship, right? But I need to make systems that integrate well so that we can do things like that. Why is this guy naked? Is that a naked security guard? Who stripped this guy's clothes off? What are you, like, what are you security guard for? Chippendales, bro? Hey, thanks for holding that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the 890 jump's going to be a good ship for Pyro too. Just because of the PDCs. I mean, it's not going to stop you from getting killed by players if they shoot you down with their weapons, right? But at least you won't die to a cheeky torpedo or, you know, missile spam. I do want to test this this new HUD out with a proper fighter. So we'll do that and we'll call it a stream. I got what I need from Pyro. I got my stuff back, so I'm not too worried about the rest. Color Rambler QT fuel was reduced in 4.0 from 1.5 to 1. It's terrible. You know, it's not. You gotta wait for engineering or something like that to come in the game, I guess.
Moving out.
Is this door gonna open? It's not such a huge issue in flight, but God forbid you land without PDCs. Chances of you leaving the ground with a size 10 torpedo to the face looks to be low, yeah. Mitch, that's just a perfect for Pyro, yeah. I even said this a year ago. I made a video about it. I made a not like a tier list, you know, but I just made like a general video about ships that are going to be really good in Pyro. Maybe I'll do that again. Maybe that's a video I can do, you know, again this weekend. An updated one, since we're a lot closer to 4.0, and there are a lot of ships that are, you know, a lot of new ships in the game and things like that. But I'll say this and I'll say it again, like, if you're flying a ship in Pyro that doesn't have pilot control weapons, you're doing it wrong. A Reclaimer is a practical ship that has function. What does the 890 jump have? Then a Willy wave statement of wealth. It has PDCs. That's what it has. And that makes it defensively really good. It's really strong defensively. And that's gonna matter a lot more to people than Them being offensive. But if you're a salvager and you're going to Pyro to scrape a ship, you're doing it wrong. It depends. I think there'll be a lot of ships to scrap in Pyro. I think there'll be a lot of scrapping happening in Pyro.
Servicing the greater Area 18 metropolitan area. We hope you have safe travels wherever your final destination may be.
Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again.
Yeah, the main gun is kind of weak.
Your personal belongings are your personal responsibility. Monitor your luggage at all times.
It's coming not with missiles, alright.
Hello, and welcome to Riker Memorial Spaceport, servicing the greater Area 18 metropolitan area. We hope you have safe travels wherever your final destination may be.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Please visit us
Obey
again.
all security and customs personnel at all times. Their job is your safety. It takes all of us working together to keep our course safe and secure. Be vigilant.
Probably will be rich in salvage with all that talk it says and kind of about making stuff you're gonna need to sell all the salvage that you can get from the resources. Yeah, but I mean, like base building, I don't think it's gonna be coming in next year, like they claim. Oh, if you think that's bad, just wait until you need a tier 5 ship that you could to do anything. And all of the big orgs have all of the they have the corner market on everything you need tier 5. And your only choice is either to join that org or pay extremely high prices for tier 5 stuff. Wallet's not that bad.
You are clear to launch.
Abby, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a minute. How you been? I will only visit Pyro if I must. It will be the horror. All the unhinged kitties killing everything they see. Terrible to watch. That in streams at the moment. Well, I mean, it's like you have a choice though. Like, you can still go, just learn how to fight. And learning how to fight is, in my opinion, the better option. This is gonna be so much fun when 4.0 goes live too, just waiting in your hangar to leave. It's gonna be amazing.
We're sorry. You exceeded the allotted time.
Oh god.
You'll have to return your ship to storage.
Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Yeah, multi-crew is kind of a joke. It's much better to bring like more single operated multi-crew ships than anything else. Did my contract not show up? Bench is not working. I guess I'm gonna be killing players. I know, about a few patches ago, you'd be out in a couple of hours, yeah. Something intrepid. Yeah, I like this so much better. Like, you could literally use this HUD they have right here, literally to explain tricording. Redeemer. He way overshot. NPC. Oh, there's all kinds of NPCs out here. Maybe somebody was over here fighting earlier. What's going on here? Why is the station aggro on me right now? I didn't even shoot at anybody. The station just went fucking rogue all of a sudden. The station's just shooting at players for no reason. That's funny. Station crashing out. Guys, we got a lot of viewers in here right now, man. Make sure everybody hits the like button. I really appreciate that, guys. Yeah, we need all the likes, guys. $62K to repair. It's crazy. Repair costs are way too fucking high compared to how much you actually would make from a mission. Well, that doesn't fucking help me. I don't know where he is. These ones aren't loading. Ramoyne, the issue is that the Polaris doesn't have strong enough guns to fight against the Idris in that kind of battle, right? The second big problem that they have currently right now is, well, in live, I don't know if this has been changed at all in the 4.0, but you can't target and sub-target PDTs to destroy them. So if I can't destroy your PDTs, that means I have no way of actually landing my actual payload, right? So that becomes a big problem. Call me Richie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Perseus is the best. Well, maybe. We'll see. And really, guys, what you have to remember too, this is gonna be tier 0 Pyro. You know? That's what you gotta remember. It's Pyro tier 0. It's really not what it ought to be. And the real big problem with the capital ship gameplay is the flight model. It has a lot to do with that too. The flight model is not where it should be. But, you know, what can you do? Not a whole lot. Oh, it's definitely intended. because me and Canop actually were rolling around stations in a 2-man Polaris, just dumbing, firing torps into everything that we saw, and it was very, very effective, and killing other Polarises and other ships. So they did change that. I don't know if it'll stay changed, but if it doesn't, then you know that's going to be the most effective way to use your Polaris, right? And you don't necessarily have to ram it, and there's actually a little bit of skill involved in dummy firing torps. I was listening to Burks this morning. He was talking about piracy based on looting size 10 torps for resale. Are they really approaching 500 AUEC each? Probably so. It wouldn't surprise me if they were. I know this guy is actually still out here. Got some new. Is Klesher not a marker anymore? Oh, there it goes. Oh, I'm sure you will. I think the big thing to look for in Pyro are the single or 2-man Polarises. They'll be pretty easy to gank. Shoot off the engine, let it crash to the ground, kill the players on board, and take the torps and sell them. Whole bunch of mantises out here. I wonder if these are. Nope, it's a rare. Please wait.
Server ever 30K crash, feeling jaded. Star Citizen dream shattered, faded. Thought we'd explore the vastness of space. Now,
Oh, that was pretty quick. Security personnel? Just some free targets. Fine by me. Get out of here. Hoping the sperm suit look will fade when our ships don't go pop every 10 minutes. Maybe. But there's going to be a lot more crying in Spectre when the ships are getting taken away from them after being disabled. Yeah, this is over Aberdeen. Dude, the interaction delays are crazy right now. This server is dying. Actually, you know what? Let me just go to Grimhex, because that would be the more sensible thing to do and just surrender there. See as you can get the economy balanced in the food chain will work. Industries making big sales, paying Pyro to field anti-gangting patrol squads, scrapping the solo crew Polaris from dump firing. I don't know, maybe we'll see. But I think that what Star Citizen is potentially trying to become is more like a Second Life game, more than something that's fun, and people can just come in and play it and have fun and not have to take it like every decision is like so serious, right? Some people just want to come in, they want to come in, run a couple of missions, hang out with their friends and do things like that. So the idea of having like actual, you know, taking it too far in depth, especially with, you know, the amount of prep time that is required to actually, you know, play the game. I think they should take that into consideration too. Oh no, like the combat timer should cool down, and if it kills me, then it kills me. Oh well, it's only PTU. I'm not gonna stress about it too much. But I didn't hear you say you're going to store to the store to buy a ship. No. I think I'm done with buying ships for now. I melted a lot of stuff to get the Perseus. I think I'm cool for a little bit until we start at least making more money from, you know, doing these streams and uploads and stuff. Then I'll think about it. But other than that, I'm not really interested. Maybe interested in the Paladin, but that's all going to depends on when it comes out. If it comes out before the before the Mark II Zeus, then I may get rid of it for that. I'll probably melt my cutter, my cutter scout for it, but other than that, I'm not really interested. And if you're not doing that, see how you don't care. Well, they better start caring, because they've been losing funding over this past year. So it would be in their best interest to start caring. And I think for the first time, you know, players voted with their wallets. Now that could be, you know, depending on a lot of factors. You know, the economy has, you know, gotten worse for a lot of people. You know, so the cost of living is more expensive, and that does have a lot to do with, you know, some of the things with people not really buying ships and things like that. But I do ultimately think that the one thing that Star Citizen had going for it, right, its one redeeming quality was before through that 23, you know, ships were actually fun to fly, and the ships just aren't fun to fly anymore. So if the ships aren't fun to fly, how can you convince people to actually spend real money to buy games or spaceships in a game if the ships are not fun? You know, and that to me is what matters most. Like, if the ships are fun to fly, people are going to spend their money regardless. But if they're not fun to fly, people are not going to spend their money. And I've been chastised a lot, especially like with my criticisms of like master modes and things like that. But look, master modes is going away. Like, I was 100% correct by saying CIG was gaslighting us with master modes. I was 1,000,000% correct. And I'm vindicated now because it's going away. They won't think twice about attacking a ship, especially if they have the advantage. Because you have to understand, if they have the numbers, they're gonna win. You know, the current model of the game has removed a lot of the skill expression, and if the numbers game remains as a fundamental part of what makes any group of players good at the game, then it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. Players will show up in large groups, and they'll attack people in smaller groups. No, you can't do that because, you know, like, what you have to understand is, like, space is dangerous and your safety is, like, never guaranteed. You know what I mean? So it's better, right? And here's the thing that I always said, that the reason that most PvE people don't engage in combat is because there is a knowledge gap and a skill gap that needs to be closed. What CIG did to try to get around this was essentially close the ceiling, the ceiling in between skill expression, and that didn't work because what it did, it actually made it worse. One of the things that I propose is that CIG actually explain their flight model to new players because, and this is not just something that CIG's been doing. This is just something overall that's been existing in gaming for the past couple of years, to where a lot of game companies and game developers are dumbing down a lot of their mechanics, you know, thinking that things are too hard for players. They want to make it easy and more inclusive and things like that. But I think that people are smart. And typically, if you do a good job at explaining your game mechanics to people, then typically players will pick it up, right? So what I'm saying here is, if at a very basic level, right, CIG taught everyone how to tricord, and that was the minimum skill that you needed to get in and play the game and to be able to go out and do even PvE balance and things like that, then we wouldn't have a lot of what we have right now. You know, when someone gets attacked, they're like, oh, this guy's just tricording around me and I can't hit him. Well, if you know how to tricord at a very basic level, then it's, you know, it's a lot easier for, you know, someone who's not really into combat to have some type of skill expression to be able to defend themselves in the fight. Off note, Rivals is out now. Yeah, I'll check it out. Is it free? Or do I need to pay money for it? Well, in either case, guys, I'm gonna be getting off. I'm gonna be getting off of here because it's like 5 o'clock. It's like actually almost 6 o'clock, and I need to eat something. So I do appreciate everybody for watching the streams. I'm gonna do my best to have a video out for you guys tomorrow morning, and you know, videos all weekend maybe. But in either case, guys, we can continue to talk about this, you know, in more streams. And guys, understand this too, right? I spend most of my time in the PvE world, right? I'm not a full-time PvEer, but I do think that there is a big problem with the lack of them explaining the flight model to people. So I do think that, and I do, you know, want to say this, that I do value and respect everyone's opinion, but at the same time, I do think that it's better for the game itself, especially if they're trying to move towards 1.0. They need to move into a place where they're going to actually explain their flight model to people and make it to where people have a basic set of skills, and then from there they can branch those skills out. That's how you build a flight model. But with that being said, guys,